Hello, my name is Earl Griffin, and this is my final reflection Weebly for my CWID class, I'd Rather Be Gaming. You can see here I have my front home page, says Final Reflection, lists my name, the class, and what the subject is. And my opening summary says this site contains a list of assignments that I loved, hated, found to be the most useful in teaching me a skill, and the one I found to be the least useful. Come up here to the top right, you'll see this little icon. It has a list of all my subpages beneath. Click Favorite. This was my favorite assignment. It was the 5x5 essay. I love the assignment because it challenged us to take a side on an issue and give evidence to back up why we chose that side. Now, I chose to talk about violence in video games because that was something that really pertained to me, and I oppose the idea that violence in video games can create violent people, although I understand why others would think otherwise. I believe the assignment should be kept in order to challenge future students to take a side on and research a matter that pertains to them. I believe this assignment to be valuable to someone going into a field that requires, compelling arguments that, such as politics. If you scroll down, you can see the actual assignment that I turned in. You click this here, blows up the screen. Give it a moment. There we go. As you can see here, my assignment, links that I used, all the information I gave. Alright, let's close this back out. Next, come down to least favorite. My least favorite assignment was our Gaming Research Journal number 6. It's not that I thought that it was a bad assignment. It was incredibly simple, and it mainly just required us to find an article of something, on gaming, and to give a quick summary of what we read and understood and such. And I just didn't understand how that would help us in the future, because if you're looking for information in something, the person that wrote the paper already gave you the information. Why do I have to now go through and then, how does summarizing what he wrote help me any more than just reading what he wrote? But anyway, I do think that the assignment should probably be kept, because even though it didn't really make sense to me, it might make sense and help others. And of course, same deal, you can click the full screen down here, blow it up, but I'm not going to waste anyone's time doing each and every one of these. Let's see here, so I'm going to go least useful. Least useful in teaching a skill. I figured it was the Time Wasters et al. I probably said that wrong, but anyway. So when it comes to actually teaching a skill, I would say that Time Wasters assignment was the least effective for me. There was no skill actually taught in the assignment, I feel. Everything that I wrote about was something that I already knew, or it was measures that I have already taken in order to reduce the amount of time that I waste. However, I think the assignment was useful and should be kept for its insightful value, because it does help people put things into perspective. The assignment made us look at all the things that we waste our time on and give us solutions so that we can use, it gives us solutions that we can use to limit or eliminate the time that was wasted. So even though there was no skill learned from the assignment for me, I still found it to be very enjoyable. Let's see, where was I at? Least useful, so most useful. The weekly schedule was the most useful tool that we were given, for me, in my opinion. I love the assignment because it put everything into perspective. It completely lined out my entire week, and it helped me to make time for, games and movies, a social life, and it still helped me to, set aside time for things like work. And it wasn't like it was a strict schedule. There was flex time in there, things where it's like, I don't have to put all the time towards this, or I don't have to do that. But it's just kind of a basic, idea of what I was going to be doing. I believe that this assignment should be kept because it helps to give future students and everybody a way to organize their life. And that's a very useful tool and skill to have, to be able to just organize your life. Let's see. Let's go here. Whoop. All right. my perspective on this class. So the thing that I value the most from this course is how it taught me to schedule out my life and make time for all the things that I like to do, as well as the things that I don't like to do, but I have to do. If I had to choose something that I excelled at, I'd have to say that it was in my organization of my assignments and how I formatted the Word documents that I turned in. I've always gotten good feedback from my teachers about how well organized, my work has been. And worst part is that I don't actually, it's almost second nature to me. But anyway, I was afraid for a while that maybe I had chosen, that when I first got in this class, the description that I read of the class was a bit different from, what the assignments were asking us to do, because the assignments were saying choose a field in the gaming world that you'd like to go into as a job and things like that. And I was thinking, I read the assignment was like how the video game genre has affected society and, how you can relate it to your life and stuff like that. So when I started seeing things asking me what field I wanted to go into in the world of gaming, I was going, oh, I didn't sign up for this. But anyway, so I conquered this fear by, I managed to make it all the way here to the end of the semester, and I kept a pretty decent grade. I got a high B so far. The most useful strategy that I could use going to next semester would be that weekly schedule. It by far helped me the most. I'd say that the biggest problem. Oh, sorry, I got off on a little tangent, but it did help me the most. The biggest problem that I anticipate for my future classes is ill preparation for a class. I always enter a new class pretty much blind. I have no idea what to expect. Then I just have to kind of figure things out as I go, and I tend to do pretty decent, but it's always kind of nerve-wracking. So, perhaps I could do some research on the class or read a bit more of the textbook, because a lot of times I only kind of skim through the textbook. Maybe in the future I could read more of the textbook in order to get a head start on things. Another issue, of course, as I labeled in a past assignment, was procrastination. I always wait till almost the last minute to do my work, so maybe next semester I'll do my best to complete my assignments in a bit more of a timely manner. Anyway, so this was my website, my final reflection. I appreciate you guys for sticking it through this long, and maybe I'll have some of you guys in future classes. Have a good one.